Every day, hackers are looking for new ways to break into your computer. And really, they don't always have to look for new ways. Sometimes they can look for old ways because some people don't install the patches to protect their computers. Microsoft just released patches, their Patch Tuesday, and in fact, they released patches that affect 82 different CVEs or common vulnerabilities and exploits, and 5 of these are actively being exploited by hackers. How do you protect yourself? I'm Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Live Technical Support, and coming up next, we'll go over the most critical of these threats and show you how you can install the updates to make sure that your computers are protected from these threats. Well, Microsoft, they released updates that address 75 new CVEs and Windows Components, Office and Office Components, .NET and Visual Studio, also Azure, which is their cloud's products or their cloud hosting, Nuance, Power Scribe, Remote Desktop Gateway Service, and Microsoft Defender. Counting in the third-party CVEs, there's actually a total of 82 CVEs that are addressed. 12 are rated as critical, and the rest are rated as important in severity. One of the things that is a little bit unusual is that many of the security bugs, the CVEs, address Microsoft Office, which could mean that later in the year, people that didn't update, people that maybe even are running a version of Office that's no longer supported, might be falling prey to these attacks. Now, again, 5 of these threats are under active attack, which means hackers are currently using this. So if you haven't installed the updates, again, we'll show you how to do that, but you'll want to do that today if you haven't done it yet. There's actually the scripting engine memory corruption vulnerability. This bug allows a remote attacker to execute their code on an affected system if they can convince a user to click a specially crafted link. Since this is in the wild, clearly some clicked that link. This bug is interesting in that it forces Edge into Internet Explorer mode, so the ghost of IE continues to haunt us all. Microsoft provides no information on how widespread these attacks are, but one of the things you need to know is that you need to get out and install the updates quickly. So there's a Windows common log file, system driver, elevation of privileges vulnerability. This Windows component has been through the ringer, as it was also exploited in the previous month by other groups. These bugs allow privilege escalation. That's where your username doesn't have admin rights, but there's an escalation that escalates that user to where certain things can be run with admin rights and or as the system, and are usually paired with a code execution bug to take over a system. In the past, these types of bugs were used by ransomware gangs, so it's likely that these are as well. You want to install the updates as quickly as possible to close this threat. There's a Windows ancillary function driver for WinSock elevation of privilege vulnerability, and so this is also a rerun that we saw this component also in the February updates this year, or a similar threat at least. When we see the same component exploited again and again, one of the things we have to ask is whether there's a quality in the patch and whether they're able to just bypass the threat or bypass the patch that was done. So again, this privilege escalation bug that loads with system privileges, you want to actually get out and install the patches, install the updates to make sure that you're protecting yourself from this. So there's a Microsoft DWM core library elevation of privilege vulnerability. This is the final in the wild bug getting patched this month, and although we saw it patched back in January. This is the first exploit we've seen in this component in some time. This is another privilege escalation bug that leads to execution code as system privileges. So one of the things you need to do, again, install the updates. In addition to installing the updates, your computer really needs, you see many of these are elevation or privilege bug. Well, why is that? Well, because some computers, the companies or maybe the IT providers have actually done their due diligence and have configured the username so that the user profile so that the users don't have admin rights. Whether you're a business or a medical office, dental office, your users should be configured. Even if you're a personal computer user, or you have a home office or something like that, your users should not have admin rights. When we log into our computers, our users don't have admin rights either. We have an admin account that we use only when needed, and we even have software that can allow a non-admin user to elevate to an admin status for a specific purpose to address a certain threat. Now, I'm going to actually switch over to a full screen and actually show you how you can actually go about installing. In fact, let me get the full screen up here. We're going to show you how you can install these Windows updates. So we're going to click on the Start menu, and that's the 4-pane window in the lower left-hand corner of Windows 10, or it's closer to the middle by default in Windows 11. Look for the gear or the cog. I've moved mine into a Utilities folder. That's Settings. So we're going to load Settings. And from Settings, what we're going to do is we're going to click on Windows Updates. Now, mine probably won't find anything. If yours has already installed the updates, you'll probably see it like mine. If not, what you'll do is you'll actually look through the list here, and you'll see the updates, and you'll have an option, you'll have a button where you can install those updates or download and install those updates. I'm going to click Check for Updates. This will actually search for updates. It may find an update to Windows Security because Microsoft does release those on a regular basis. But if I had updates installed or ready to install, what I would see is I would see those updates ready to install, and again I would be able to click to install them. This symbol here, these two arrows that are pointing kind of toward each other in a circular motion there, or at least it indicates circular motion. If your computer has installed the updates, but you have not restarted your computer, down in the lower right near the clock, you'll actually see that symbol, and it'll actually tell you that you need to actually restart your computer, and you'll be able to actually get there. You'll be able to restart the computer, because the updates, just installing the updates here, doesn't fully resolve the issue. You need to actually restart the computer, because part of the update is installed while the computer's in the operating system, and then additional parts of the update are installed as the computer is shutting down, and then yet additional parts of the updates are installed as the computer is coming back up into Windows. So until you actually restart the computer, you will not get the updates installed. Now, one of the things also that I did want to mention is that a Faster PC does provide managed services, and for our managed clients, we actually automate the updates and the patches, and twice a day we're looking for updates to Windows Security. On average, every 4 hours we're looking to updates to programs such as Firefox and Chrome and Zoom, and some other Adobe Reader, some other programs in there. If you're actually a managed client of a Faster PC, we actually are automating this, so you don't even have to worry about this. This just happens. You don't even have to be paying attention to when the updates come out. It'll actually install. We have software that's scripting that and looking for the updates on a regular basis. So what you want to do, if you're not a managed client, you want to be a managed client, give us a call, 772-878-5978, or head over to our website, fasterpc.com. We have links where you can actually request a consultation or a meeting with us. We even have over there, we have a cybersecurity report that you can download as well to learn about that. Cybersecurity problems? You need a Faster PC.